Hello, I'm ShinLad. I want to go over my favorite special this season, which is the Dolphin Dive and a Volley Dive, and why are they two of the strongest skills you can pick up. This is a complete guide on basically all my collective knowledge of the skills and how to apply them into practical matches. Before we go in, I want to discuss the two skills briefly. Now, there are a few key factors that differentiate the Dolphin Dive and the Volley Dive. They both have the same combo potential, but have few key differences. Now, the Dolphin Dive does more damage and costs less stamina. As you can see here, it does 90 damage and costs 26 stamina. The Volley Dive, however, does 70 damage, but costs more stamina with 33 stamina. Also, if you look at these little potholes on the ground, you can see that the Volley Dive sent them shorter distance than the Dolphin Dive. That's very important, suppose you want to do a ring out situation. But the most important key difference is that the Volley Dive, in order to continue your combos, you'll actually need to do the bailout option, which is hitting dodge when you hit somebody. That costs significantly more stamina than, say, the Dolphin Dive combo potential, which is you do Dolphin Dive, you can actually jump cancel by hitting jump. This makes the overall cost of stamina for a combo significantly less. Before we go into what to do, let's discuss what not to do first. Now, granted, every game is different, and so every situation is unique to each player, but for the most part, I like to heed these rules when I do them. So now, hitting someone from behind, never a bad option with this move, but for the most part, you want to stay away from just doing a raw Dolphin Dive. This is a very slow move. You look at the startup, very slow startup, and it's very easy to react to, and very easy to punish on block. Even if you do a bailout, it's very reactable to where they're going and to follow up with an attack. So if that bot were to block it, you could easily hit me with a basic attack. Also, another thing to note is, if you try to use it as a punish, it's not very good. Blocking a drop kick, blocking a special. Using a Dolphin Dive as a way to retaliate is, you're usually going to be too slow to actually get a hit in. Also, if you're going for traditional wall stun combos, that's really bad. So, the traditional wall stun combos, you hit them here, do the 1-2, then you go over here. It does so little damage, it's not worth it. Also, it's a lot of potential to, to have them drop, so. We hit them here into the wall. Just very awkward situation like that. You don't want that at all. Now, I'll be going over to the dive combos. Just remember that Volley Dive still works with every Dolphin Dive, even though I'll be using Dolphin Dives for all my examples. It's just that Volley Dive will cost more stamina and will do less damage. Now, off of a Dolphin Dive, you can actually jump cancel into another Dolphin Dive. And this will send them flying backwards. Very useful when you're in the final ring scenario and you want to start hurting their DQ timer. Or if you want to knock them into the water. Now, suppose you want to do a more damaging combo with Dolphin Dive. Well, you have this option. You Dolphin Dive, jump vicious, hit on the ground, hit him with another Dolphin Dive. Well, that's also really good. This is going to be one of your, most used combos. You can also substitute the last hit with an elbow drop if you want to save stamina. So, you may be asking, what makes the dive special so strong then? What the dive specials do is increase your combo potential and synergy with your normal attacks, specials, and weapons. In order to elaborate, I'm going to go over the optimal combos and situations you can get with Dolphin Dive. Now, the rule of thumb is, for specials that have strong synergy, is when you land an attack and leaves one on the ground right next to you. Dolphin Dive costs 26 stamina, and any attack that leaves your opponent further away will cost you more stamina to dash over there and continue your combo. This leaves you potentially winded, more chances to drop the combo, and even more scary is being targeted by a third party. Something to note, whenever you get bombastic, you're going to have to start inserting a slight dash into your combos after you hit them for the hammerfist combo. Other than that, your combo stays the same. So when you put them in a corner, remember that you can get a pickup if you hit them with the basic attack. And then make sure you have room like this. Just be wary, if you use an Irish whip, it will cut your combo short. And you'll get that iframe flip, so you can't continue your combo. So now that we're done with the bread and butters, let's talk about how it synergizes with the specials. Now I'm going to start with moves that don't really mesh too well to moves that mesh very well. Now to start off, I'm going to do Superkick. Leaves them right next to you for your combo. Unfortunately, it's not worth using the jump super kick for your combos here. Very hard to hit and just doesn't do as much damage as your normal B&B would. Just remember, if you do super kick and it hits him into the corner, you can do another one off to the side and get your full combo. Now, for the shot category, the shots have very limited synergy, but they can still work. Here, we see the shot though, but if you get the OTG, they'll put him in the invincible state. So, not very good to start off as a combo starter, but if you do land your hammerfist, you do get a decent combo here. Roll shot in the air, dash up, and then finish it with the Dolphin Dive OTG. So onto goal shot. There's no real synergy by itself. You can dash up here, you won't make it in time. But if you combo into it, you can still get all your basic goal shot combos you normally would. And of course, this also extends to Cosmo shot. So overall, it works just fine, but you're gonna need a wall to get the full potential of it. Now for the uppercut tree, they're very strong in general, and I would always recommend picking them up because we are in a weapon-verse meta, because uppercuts are a really good way to deal with disarming opponents. But as far as Dolphin Dive synergy, it's not the best, but there are some caveats. So to start with, uppercut works just fine. Just make sure you add a dash in. And as you can see here, I don't have any stamina to follow up with. So you're going to want to just go with your basic B&B with this. Similar, a mega uppercut is the same way. Dash up. So while this is good, still out of stamina. Now if you have a basic Star Strider though, however, this is still really good. And you get a wall splat potentially too. Now the one I want to talk about the most is Bionic Uppercuts. Now this will cost you a lot of stamina, so I would invest in stamina pods. But the combos you can get off of this would basically entail the jumping Bionic Uppercuts, and then you bail out and you go into the jump vicious starter. And you can tell it does so much more damage than the Omega or the uppercut versions. And of course, you can pick up off the ground with the basic attacks as well. And like most of the combos, if you do hit him into the wall, it's best to just let him fall to the ground and then pick him up with the Dolphin Dive. And then you get your full combo. Now to fully get potential out of Divekick, you want to start your combos off with Charge Chop, do another Charge Chop, which will lower their stamina, do a perfect Divekick, and now you can do any combo you want on the opponent because they'll be stunned. This works on any base kit. If they stack up on stamina, obviously they might survive it though. But for the most part, since no one touches stamina pods, it's a free stun, and you can do massive amounts of damage to the player. Ball splat situation off of the perfect Divekick. You can still just pick them up off the ground, and then do another perfect dive kick in the air, and they'll be stamina broken. So the Crusher family also has very good synergy with the Dolphin Dive tree. Using the Emerald Crusher as a starter is really strong because, you know, it's a lot harder to react to as a vicious attack. And you can see here, I do a little micro dash. I can get another one in. And you can link together multiple Emerald Crushers. The issue is you're in one place at one time for a significant amount of time, and so that's, you know, that's easy elbow drop bait from a third party. Also, since you're doing micro dashes, you're using up a lot more stamina, so you could be put into an even further bad position if you get attacked and you have no stamina. Now with the Diamond Crusher, this does way more damage, but also can be a little bit wonky in the execution wise, so something to be aware of. See here, I'm doing multiple dashes, using up way more stamina just to get my combo. That almost took up all my stamina. Now, you are doing massive amount of damage, so it might be worth it. One thing to note, though, is if you do any Diamond Crusher towards the corner, it will end your combo no matter what. No matter what sequence of the Dolphin Dive you're in. And of course, off of the jabs. And also, I suggest doing an elbow for this ender, just because it takes up less stamina, and you want to regenerate your stamina faster. Do put them in the corner. Make sure you do your best to hit them away from it with your vicious attack. Tackles also have great synergy with the Dolphin Dive combos. Just remember that the tackles themselves are a lot slower to start up, so a lot harder to land. But if you do land it, you can get massive amount of damage. Now be careful you don't hit the tree like that, or any type of wall, or it'll end your combo short. Same rules apply into the corner. As long as you face away from the corner, you can get a full combo. With the Punchline family, you can connect multiple Punchlines together with the Dolphin Dive. So, you land Dolphin Dive. And there you can see you can do a lot of damage and you get a lot of pushback further back. The Atomic Punchline, though, you're going to do a slight dash. But it's worth it, the amount of damage you can get off of that. So something else that's really strong about the Punchline and Dolphin Dive synergy is that if you Punchline them into a corner, you can do another Punchline and then follow up with their full attack. Thus linking together 3 Punchlines, which hurts a lot. Chokeslam is also a really good move to accompany with Dolphin Dive. It is very fast, hard to react to, quick recovery. Does stamina damage. Granted, if you do stamina break somebody, they will not get the effects of the stamina break. That is currently a bug. Hopefully it'll fix it in next season. I'm looking forward to. But for another thing that's really important is it's hard to punish somebody for getting chokeslammed. So while I'm chokeslamming you, I'm not vulnerable as I would be to third parties. And since it's a canned animation like this, and it's not pushing them forward into a wall, I will get the damage no matter what I do. So my combos will look like this, and I don't need to worry about my combo being interrupted by the environment or another player. And of course, the phase attack works as well. As far as the corner is involved, again, do what you normally do. Do a vicious attack based away from the wall, and then hit him. And there you can see the little stamina bug kicking in too. Now, for the longest time, I thought sumo slaps had very, very bad synergy with Dolphin Dive until I recently came across a, more advanced technique to combine it with. So normally this, you can't combo sumo slaps into Dolphin Dive, so that's out. And if you do the basic attack string into the hammerfist, you can launch them, but that is very lackluster damage. Nice push away, though. So, what's my duo partner came up with, though, is if you do air sumo slaps, you land and recover a lot faster than you normally would. And then from there, you can string these together. So that all comboed right there. Costs a lot of stamina, but in the process, you do a lot more damage than you normally would. And it's safe on block, because if you block, if yours get blocked, you can do an air dash away, which gets you more control. But, so how does this work with Dolphin Dive? Well, it's something a little bit trickier. So when you do the air slaps, you're going to dash and then do a jumping You're going to do dash, and then jump, and then dolphin dive as well. And it's going to beam in on the opponent and get a full combo, like this. And then from there, you do your finisher with either the elbow or the dolphin dive OTG. This fixes one of the few weaknesses you could say with Sumo Slap, is that Sumo Slap doesn't do a lot of damage. When you combine this, you just added in an extra 200 to 300 damage onto your Sumo Slaps. And if you're really good, you can add in 2 Sumo Slaps off of a simple base kit 100 stamina that you start off with. Really devastating, really strong, and honestly, you're going to land a lot of air Sumo Slaps in general in a match, because that's just how strong Sumo Slaps are. So I personally believe that Cyclone is an S tier skill. It is really good at controlling the area around you, and when you get to the final ring with a bunch of other sweaty players, you having your own little tight space that no one can enter is very important. It'll keep you alive a lot longer and more chances to win the game. So what Cyclone does though is it leaves them in a hard knockdown state that you can pick up off a dolphin dive. And so now, just like Sumo Slaps, a move that does relatively low damage now does actual real damage. So that's really strong. If you just want to keep zoning your space and then people want to keep running into you, you can just follow up with a dolphin dive and get a full combo. Or potentially ring someone out, which is what's going to happen in the final ring because you're so tightly knit together. Other than that, though, you're really not going to use this for combos. The combo potential is really lackluster for the damage right here. Another thing that I like to do is, if I'm running duos and I have a partner that has Cyclone, you can always pick up with Dolphin Dive as well. So that's something to keep in mind when you play duos. Of course, it has synergy with your basic weapons. So the rule of thumb is any vicious attack that leaves them stunned or on the ground next to you, you can pick up with Dolphin Dive. So here we go with the pipe. Guard chop. Dump vicious. Same thing applies to lawn chairs. Chair viciousness will give you the perfect spacing. Box and garbage cans to get a full combo too. The knockdown from a stop sign also works. And where will we be without some swag? The Keybat, of course, has its own synergy with it. Now, the Keybat has a lot of durability, so it's unreliable to assume that it's going to break and then you go for the Dolphin Dive. But what you can do is you can actually pull it out because you're jump canceling. Now, you can't do this with Volley Dive, obviously, unfortunately. But with Dolphin Dive, since you are jump canceling, you can pull it out in time to do a combo. So, or if you want to do something with really swag, and then combo from there into super. Not the most practical, but hey, you'll get some clicks. Just like that, you've just messed with Dolphin Dive. You know, before it gets nerfed again. Like, comment, and share if you learned something. Let me know in the comments if you think I missed something. And as always, thanks for watching.